Hey, it's Ryan Stability at XTV. I'm here at Armin at Electronic Daisy Carnival 2016. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. So we're at the EDMbiz Expo, and you just gave a panel. What do you feel about the EDMbiz Expo? What did you learn here today?
I guess it's not so much what I learned about. Well, if one thing I learned is that there's a lot of passion for dance music right now. So, it's sort of being taken more and more seriously by the fans and by the media and by the labels. It's become this industry, whether you like it or not, whether you hate that or not, it's become this phenomenon, and I'm just blessed and humbled to be a part of it.
So do you feel like when you first entered the music industry, maybe it wasn't really taken seriously by the media?
No, and I'm not saying that. I don't say it's not being taken serious. It's just the scale of it. It's just grown massively.
Absolutely.
You can have those that has pros and cons, but it's just more. The scale is just bigger and bigger, and it's just. I mean, a lot of times especially in the beginning, people look down on dance music, as a reflex or whatever not. But I think more and more people understand now that dance music is a way of life, and it's a passion for a lot of people. You can't really deny that, I guess.
No, you really can't. And I feel like that's always going to be a thing within, hardcore fans of different genres of music. They're always going to look down on one another, and it's never really going to go away. But over the years, I think there's a lot of passion for EDM fans, EDM lovers. How do you keep the passion as a DJ? Being a veteran DJ and performing for so long.
Just purely the music, man. I mean, I still feel the music, and it's really hard to explain on that. I hope you don't mind me saying that, but it's just almost impossible to answer that question. It's a gut feeling. I mean, every week I do a radio show, and trust me, it's hard work. If you do that for 15 years every week, so it's almost day in, day out you work on finding new music. But every week there's a track that I'm like, whoa, or wow, it really happens every week.
That's great. So how do you keep up with the changing music trends?
I love watching, being a spectator in the whole music industry, and that's constantly changing. I think it's almost a necessity for music to still exist, to constantly change. The only constant is change. Also goes for music.
That's true.
We people are human. We like to put things into boxes, right? This is trance, this is house, this is techno, whatever. But it's funny that music only becomes interesting as soon as you start combining elements from different styles. And actually, that's the only way for music to survive, and it's happened throughout all the centuries. If you closely look at, for example, the Beatles, 1964, when they released Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, they started using a Moog synthesizer on a Beatles album. I mean, the synthesizer, when it was first born, was considered a devilish instrument. It was considered to be negative. It was something bad, And then the Beatles used it on their album, and it became cool. So it's kind of that kind of thing, You have to have an open mind to the new technologies out there, to the new styles. To me, dubstep is basically happening from the knowledge of jungle, of two-step, of speed garage, of combining all those elements, added with the new added possibilities of Ableton and all that sort of stuff. You get that sound. So I think technology has had a massive, especially on dance music, has had a massive impact. New plugins, new sounds, constantly, making things better. And I think dance music now sounds better than 15 years ago. I don't know if it's necessarily better, but some people are really close to a certain time and they really loved certain tracks, which is fine, obviously. But I think the overall impact of certain drops and certain sounds and certain synths so much better now because we're able to control them better.
Yeah, it's definitely evolved. So what sort of emerging technology do you feel will be the most influential on dance music in the future?
I don't know.
Plugins or technology or
I don't know. A lot of people right now are sort of a nostalgic resurgence of analog gear and analog stuff. And there's something very true about analog stuff. Digital's great. It's able to reproduce, but it has something cold, And we like analog because it sounds, distorted. You get harmonics that we human beings perceive as pleasant. Yeah, it's really hard to really predict the future for electronic music, but it's going really fast. That's all I know. You know, new plugins and new sounds are being developed almost every day, and it's really fun to watch and fun to learn.
Yeah. Is there anything you particularly have your eye on that you think will be influential or has influenced you in your recent music?
Everything. I mean, I'm very much. I'm a fan of all the new software and new plugins that are coming out. Ableton or anything. I have Cubase, I have Ableton, I have Pro Tools. You know, recently I've been fooling around with Break Tweaker from BT on Isotope. I love the UAD stuff. You know, so I really try to have an open mind to all the new stuff that's coming out.
So looking back on your career, you know, today, just looking back on, you said in the panel, yeah, you know, I'm a human being, I'm an artist. I put out some good albums, I put out some shit albums. I've been in this industry for years and years. But looking back, how have you seen your own music grow and evolve throughout the years? And what do you think influenced the change in your music over the years?
I think most importantly, and maybe not such an interesting answer, but it's the truth, is just the technological development. Okay. So I'm a big fan of reading Sound on Sound magazine, Future Music, you know, all the websites that are out there. Just keep them close. You know, Ableton has made a massive impact. The CDJs for Pioneer had a massive impact. The Axis Virus TI when that came out, or the Axis Virus that came out, had a massive impact. UAD plugins had it. So all those, the releases of those products have influenced my sound in a way. So, you know, actually you can see the tracks that I made as snapshots from my setup at that point. I mean, I wouldn't even be able to recreate a track like Shivers or Burren Desire simply because I don't have the equipment anymore. Yeah. At that point, the track was made with that specific setup. And I think that's a logical thing. It's just a necessity. It's just something that's very normal, organic.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a natural evolution. And you know, the other day I was watching one of your sets from 10 years ago, and you know, watching a set from, you know, today, from you know, when you see 2005, for example, it's like watching a completely different artist. And I think that is, you know, primarily due to the technology. Am I right?
Technology, I change as a human being. I'm being influenced by other music styles that I listen to, and I want to keep it interesting for myself as well. I can't repeat myself. As proud as I am of my past successes, I mean, all my songs are my babies, whether the songs are good or bad, or successful or not. You know, this is something that's just really, really important to me. I have to keep it exciting for myself rather than anything else.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, before either you sit down for a long production session or before you get up for a long live set, do you have any rituals that you like to do?
Not really, but thinking about it, maybe yes. You know, I always have these, the week before I have to do a really long set, I always get into my zone and I really start digging into the music that I collect. Every day I collect tracks and I save them in my personal folder and I have a certain order for that. And it's very important for me to organize the music. So yeah, I guess my ritual is just really scanning through what I have and what I like.
Yeah. You kind of go back to your old catalog of songs?
Old, new, I mean, I download, buy, mashup every day. That's my life.
Yeah.
I get up in the morning and next to my newspaper and my cup of tea, I'm making a mashup.
Fantastic. So, last question: Are there any you know, small independent artists that you're really digging out there right now that you want to give a shout out to, show some love?
I mean, seriously, man, there's so much talent out there.
There really is. I mean,
it's a couple of my guys.
You're feeling right now. What kind of? I don't want to say what kind of genre, but I mean, like what's trance?
Marlo, DJ Marlo from Australia is doing some amazing stuff. I'm a big fan of what he's doing. Orion Nielsen still rocking it for me. New Dutch guy called Willem de Roo is really on fire.
What's his name?
Willem de Roo.
Okay.
Really like his
I'm not going to try to pronounce that, but all right.
Yeah, Willem de Roo, you would say probably.
Okay, yeah, I would say that.
Yeah, I'm forgetting a lot of names now. Dennis Kento, Mino Safi, Rodrigo Deem, Heatbeat, you know, so many guys.
So what kind of, are you throwing any of these guys into your set here at EDC?
Absolutely, yeah, for sure.
Fantastic, looking forward to it.
Cool.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.